So, time for another smoke break. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit more on the legalized Maine for recreational use of marijuana. And I'm also going to go over the other questions that are going to be on the Maine state ballot. I'll give you my rough opinion of them just because I don't really have much research on them, but I'll give you my initial opinion, I guess. Alright, so some news happened this past week with legalize Maine and the other ballot initiative, which was to legalize marijuana and regulate it like tobacco and alcohol. And apparently this happened last week. They're going to have a press conference on the 19th of November coming up here. It's November 9th, so, well, end of 9, so probably by the time this gets uploaded, there'll be 9 days left, and he'll have that press conference, and we'll learn who's really bought who, I think. I think if it ends up being, if they go with a 15.5% tax on it after it's all said and done, I don't think that'll pass. I do know that they're going to raise the amount allowed to 2.5 ounces as opposed to 1 ounce, which is what the regulated like alcohol people wanted. So, but I haven't found out much else, so I'll be interested in the press conference. If they tax it at 15.5%, I won't be voting for it. It's too much. That's too much. Also, the regulators want to decide how many people can actually participate in the free market. There's going to be a cap on the free market American system, which of course means that it's not a free market. They're just going to give it to their rich friends and fucking political dick suckers. That's who's going to get the fucking money and cultivation and grow licenses. The average dude or chick won't be able to fucking start a cultivation thing, in my opinion. At least not until I think it was 2019 or 2022. They're going to re-look at it to see if they need to raise the cap, because Augusta makes such good decisions on these things. So I hope that's not what happened, but I suspect that's what happened. I suspect that the guy from Legalize Maine probably is going to just go with whatever else they're saying after he got his 2.5 ounces, so he can post it and act like he didn't cave completely when really kind of did. But we'll see. Maybe not. There's a press conference on 11/19. I hope he didn't. I hope he got a little bit more than that. Because a 15% tax and all the crap they wanted to do is just ridiculous. I don't like it when fucking an average person or can't work hard and get enough money to compete when you got to go to the fucking government and the legislature try to get a license, and they go, well, we already fucking gave out all the fucking caps and let's reach the cap. See, I gave it to all my friends, you see, to fill up the cap. So you're the odd man out, average dude. So I don't like that. So I'll probably vote no. Let's see what else we got here. We have something called ranked choice, which a lot of people around here have a hard on about. Ranked choice is, let's see, I wrote it down. I want to fucking say it wrong. The method where voters rank politicians from first to last choice. The tabulation proceeds in sequential rounds in which the last place person is eliminated. So basically they're setting it up kind of like a weird playoff system type thing. I'm going to reserve my opinion on that. I got to do some thinking about that. My initial answer would be no, but I need to do some thinking on that one. Let's see, what else? We have the Maine minimum wage will increase to $12 an hour by 2020. And then there's actually another key part after that would raise will to raise the wage each year, the legislator, I guess, is going to look at the the consumer price index to keep it up with inflation. So I think that's an interesting last part there. With raising the minimum wage, you're going to increase inflation by doing that. So what's going to happen is I could see it just kind of going like this, going up every year, and just by the end of it, in 100 years, we'll be like fucking Zimbabwe, where some shit where we have a fucking $1,000, but that's just enough to put what $10 does for your gas tank now, or something stupid. I see a lot of things. That's why I'm basically libertarian conservative. It just seems like can cause some big problems with that. But I do understand that there's a lot of people that don't get paid probably what they deserve to get paid. I understand that too. And I think that, there's also the argument the other way where, like, well, if you raise the minimum wage, you're going to hire less people. Okay, so then there'll be more people without jobs and more people with no money. There'll be people with just enough money, but there'll be a larger amount of people now with nothing at all. So that's also an interesting way to look at it. Then the last question is a public education surcharge. A public education surcharge initiative. A 3% tax on households making $200,000 or more to increase funding for education. Now there's the last part, which is important again. It's $30 for every $1,000 after $200,000. So it's so basically, if you make $201,000, you have to pay $30, and then 60, 90. So I mean, taxes and fucking surcharges just. Oh, they make my fucking stomach turn. This seems a little class warfare-y, doesn't it? But there's always this fair share argument where they did make it 200,000, not 100,000, so it's household income or 100,000 would be kind of fucked up, because then if your wife makes 50 grand and you make 50 grand, or make 65 grand, now you got to pay a bunch of surcharge taxes for the education system. But I also want to see how much our education system gets in Maine. I'm not sure how much it gets. But just taxes in general just make me cringe. So I'll probably vote. My initial reaction to that is no on that as well. So basically we got a maybe, a no, and a probably no. And I know again for the fucking if he is completely sold out to the regulators, then I'm gonna vote no on that too, because it seems bad. It seems like a monopoly on weed, same deal as Ohio kind of deal, and I don't like that at all. So we're up to, but maybe he didn't. We're gonna find out at the press conference, 11/19. All right, so. I don't want to put words in his mouth because I don't really know what's going on. All I found out is they got the limit raised to 2.5 ounces, and I haven't really been able to find much else about it. So hopefully he'll fill us in 11/19. It's been Smoke Break. Have a good night.